Awesamdude's lore is very interesting on the Dream SMP server. Everything from the prison to the TommyInnit hotel in Sam Nook, he gets involved with a lot of the lore, and that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. And don't worry, even if you have no idea who Sam is, I'm going to be explaining everything in this video. But first, make sure that you're subscribed. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, that would be very much appreciated. Also, I have a Discord where we talk a lot about the Dream SMP and stuff like that, so you can also join that. With that being said, guys, let's get right into the video. So who is Awesamdude? Well, Awesamdude's actual name is Sam, which is why his IGN is Awesamdude. He met Dream and badboyhalo through badboyhalo's own server, at least according to what we know, and that's how he became friends with the Dream team and eventually joined the Dream SMP on the 28th of April 2020. Something that a lot of people actually don't know about Sam is that he actually is doing a program called Code for Kids, which is actually a really cool idea. Basically, he's trying to show kids that coding is, fun and stuff like that through Minecraft, which I think is an insanely creative idea. So yeah, that's really cool. And yeah, Sam is just a very chill person on the Dream SMP and probably IRL as well. He's kind of like the Mr. Nice guy of the Dream SMP. Like, he doesn't really have any grudges against anyone on the SMP. Well, I guess apart from a few people like Dream and stuff, but I'm going to be talking about that a bit more into the video. But another thing that he's also known for is for having a massive ego. Now, I don't mean this in like a bad way or anything, but I mean, it's quite obvious why he has a big ego, and that's because he owns the most powerful building on the Dream SMP. So obviously he has a bit of bragging rights. So let's talk about the canon side of Awesamdude. And if you don't know what canon is, it's basically in the storyline. So it's nothing to do with the person himself or the streamer himself. It's like the character and the character's place in the storyline. So Sam actually has two different characters on the Dream SMP. The prison warden, so the guard and the person who obviously owns it, and also Sam Nook, who's actually the person who built the TommyInnit hotel for Tommy. And Sam Nook isn't really like very important in the storyline right now, but maybe in the future he might come back. Another very important part of his character is that he is very much against the egg on the Dream SMP. He like really hates the egg, and I'm gonna go into more detail with that in a few minutes. But yeah, he like actually hates the egg. He's probably the most anti-egg person on the SMP, which is obviously very important when it comes to this character. And he's also known for being very overpowered. Like, his gear, his weapons, everything is just overpowered, to be honest. So no one really messes with him. Okay, so now let's talk more about the prison and Awesamdude's involvement with that. Well, obviously he's the owner, but what a lot of people don't know is that actually Dream told him to build it. I'm assuming that Dream originally built it to either put like Technoblade in it or maybe like Tommy, at least canonically. But yeah, it's quite ironic that Dream told Sam to build the prison, but then Dream gets put into it. Also, the prison is a very expensive build on the Dream SMP. Now the thing is, I can't really say that's the most expensive, because if you haven't seen, recently Foolish showed off this massive statue with like gold and diamonds and everything, which is obviously very expensive, and I think that that could be actually the most expensive build. But on the other hand, the prison also has like all the redstone or the iron or the obsidian, so it's definitely up there. And I don't know, maybe in the comments let me know, which one do you think is more expensive, the prison or Foolish G's temple? And obviously the whole point of a prison is to be inescapable, and Awesamdude nailed that. With his amazing redstone ability, he was able to design all these security measures to make sure that no one brings anything in, takes anything out, help Dream escape. And obviously that's because he's so good at redstone, which is also the thing that boosts his ego on the Dream SMP. And because of that, he doesn't want to let anyone out, and he's obviously very strict with the prison and who comes in, who comes out, everything like that. And do you know something else that he's very strict with? The egg. He hates the egg unbelievably. Like, it's probably his biggest enemy right now on the Dream SMP. So let's talk about why. Well, for one, he was actually trapped in the egg for like a few days until Tommy and Captain Puffy actually let them out. And obviously he was exposed to the egg for like a long time, and if he hasn't fallen in love with it, it's quite clear that he hates it. Because the thing with the egg is that you either like it or you hate it. There's not really any in between unless you're like TommyInnit. He also tends to destroy the vines, and that's probably just because he doesn't like the look of them, but also he wants to stop it from spreading and corrupting more people and ruining more builds. And Foolish G is also very much on board on that. He just hates how the egg destroys things and corrupts people. That's probably the main reason why his character hates the egg so much. And obviously, he also doesn't like the eggpire. badboyhalo, Antfrost, Ponk, Puns, now apparently Hannah, he doesn't really like the eggpire. And I think think he realizes that they're being manipulated, so he's not trying to like destroy them or anything, but he doesn't like them because of the egg and the fact that obviously they trapped him in the egg and they're helping the egg to spread and everything like that. So let's talk about his relationships with other people, as in like, is he friends with them or not? Well, as I said in the beginning of the video, he is quite neutral or just chill with basically anyone, but he's very positive with Captain Puffy. And I think this is mostly because like Awesamdude is seen as this adult kind of figure for like Tommy and Tubbo, and I think the same thing goes with Captain Puffy, maybe towards like Foolish. They're both like together just really responsible people basically, who just want good things to happen to the Dream SMP. What about Dream though? Obviously Dream is very important in the storyline, so we should probably talk about him. Well, it's actually quite neutral, even though he's in the prison and everything like that. It is quite neutral, but it's leaning to the negative, and this is mostly because he killed Tommy. Now I just want to say, Awesamdude doesn't know that Tommy is alive. Now he doesn't know that he revived Tommy, so for now it's leaning negative, but it's still fairly neutral. Like he doesn't hate Dream. What about Foolish G? Obviously now he's a very important character on the Dream SMP because he can like strike people with lightning and stuff like that, so his relationship with Foolish is very positive. Now one thing I should probably say is that Awesamdude did seem kind of like scared or like intimidated, I guess you can say, when Foolish used the lightning on the eggpire, but I think they're still like good friends. And also Awesamdude really likes to build stuff, obviously the prison and the redstone, and so does Foolish G. So they just basically have two things in common, in fact three, because they obviously both hate the eggpire as well. But what about Tommy? Arguably the most important person on the Dream SMP, although you could argue now that it's Rambo or Foolish, but in theory Tommy is still the main character. So how does Awesamdude feel towards Tommy? Well, he tries to protect him. As I said, he wants to be like a father figure or an adult figure for Tommy and Tubbo, and that's why he was very sad when Dream obviously killed Tommy, and he obviously felt a lot of guilt for that. And the thing is, Tommy and Awesamdude have always been good friends. Awesamdude, while he was neutral in most wars, he did tend to lean towards Tommy a lot of the time, and obviously Sam Nook and Tommy built the hotel together, so they're clearly good friends there as well. So yeah, in general, they're just basically really good friends. So let's talk about some theories. So you should probably bear in mind, everything I'm about to say is just theories, so it's not like written into stone. So let's start off with the theories, and the first theory I have is that Sam will join the syndicate. Now the main reason for this is because I think he's like the perfect person to be in the syndicate, and this is mainly because obviously he's not part of any groups yet. Also, he obviously hates the egg, and same thing with the syndicate. So again, it's just a reason why it would make sense for Awesamdude to join the syndicate. The other theory I have is that Sam Nook could come back. I mean, think about it. TommyInnit has been gone from the hotel for weeks now, and obviously Sam Nook needs to run the hotel. And if you think about it, canonically, Sam Nook is probably very confused to what happened to Tommy. So yeah, I think that Sam Nook could well come back at some point in the future. The other thing that I thought of was maybe Sam will want some revenge because Dream killed Tommy. The only reason why it could possibly not happen is because obviously Dream revived Tommy, and I think that if Sam finds out that Dream revived Tommy, maybe he won't be as mad. But at the same time, he did put him through death, which is quite a big deal. So what will happen next with Awesamdude and the Dream SMP storyline when it comes to Awesamdude? Well, it's quite obvious that Awesamdude will fight the egg and probably stop it. Again, I think he might join the syndicate. It is quite likely, so I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, Dream will escape at one point, whether it's coming out like legally or actually escaping with Technoblade and Wilbur maybe, or even Tommy. And Foolish G and Awesamdude will probably work together in some way to fight the battles against the egg and maybe with the syndicate. So that was a pretty good video. If you enjoyed it and want to see more, click on this video on screen right now. Also, make sure that you're subscribed. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs and the support lately has been insane. With that being said, guys, I'll see you later.